Hi, everybody. I had a couple questions and I wanted to review them with everybody so everyone's real clear on where to go and what to do. Whenever you start something new, remember there's always a time to get adjusted to new software and where things are at. So don't feel frustrated, or if you're frustrated, understand, but anytime you learn any new software, it can be frustrating. So right now I'm in the home for our site for image editing. And if you go into course materials, you're going to find the syllabus. And I mentioned this in the last recording, but I have a few new students. I'm going to show you one more time. The syllabus and also the course schedule are here, and I also emailed those out. So you are going to want to download these. And let's see, most likely this little arrow up here, yep, is going to let you download this file. All right, so right here next to course schedule, you'll see there's a little arrow that's kind of hiding, and this is one way. You should be able to download it. Yours might be a little different because I know it's a different view. I'm going to go back to the class home, and you'll see here I embedded that video that I recorded right here for you for week 3 that kind of walks through some of these things. But I'm going to show you another way when we go into semester introduction. Some people are saying they can't find the resources or the files. If you go into this semester introduction, it's going to go through and tell you how to make sure your computer is set up correctly, how to set up your browser, and also download resources and zip assignments. So when you click on this, and then this is the lesson introduction, I'm going to click on this one right here, Learn Resources and Assignments. And it says click this link to download the course resources. And this is what you're going to use for every assignment for the whole semester. And then you're going to click right here. This is the GIMP links for Windows or Mac, but also the course resource files. When you click this, it's going to ask you where you want to save that, and you'll save it to your hard drive in a folder that you can find. To unzip that folder, you're going here. I'm in GIMP here. I was trying to figure out a way to quickly go to my hard drive without showing a whole bunch of files. When I go down, when you download that, find out where you saved it. Here, so I know mine's on my F drive, and I'm going to go to school, and then I'm going to go to classes, I'm going to go to IQ, and then in here I have a folder I separated out, image editing resources. You'll see it's a little folder with the zipper on it. If you right click, you're going to say extract all, and then it will automatically put them in the same folder, which is what I did here, and then this is all of those files you're going to need for the different projects, and they've got them separated out by your units. So unit 3, this is the one that we just turned in. Here are those files that you'll be using. And so I went ahead, downloaded, and installed GIMP. And then when I'm in GIMP, let's see, let me make sure it is showing. I just have so many things open. Let me go ahead and cancel out of this. Here is, for example, let's see, I went up to the top. You've got your toolbar on the left usually. These can be moved around and accidentally hidden. So if you can't find it, you'll want to make sure and have your toolbar showing. I've got my brushes on the far right. You can see your layers here. This is the default setting, so it should start like this. You can go to Windows, and here are where you would make sure, I think that's how you turn on your toolbox, etc. All right, so the question I'm having some people say is they're not able to save these in a different file format like they thought they should be able to, and so I wanted to show real quickly. I just go File, Open. I navigate to my hard drive where I have these files saved, and then I say Open, which I already did. And then when I'm here, I'm going to go File, and let's say Export As. I said Save As before. Let's say Export As. And this is a little confusing because when I'm looking over here, I can say GIMP, but then when this is still showing, let's say I'm going to rename it at the top. Always rename files with your name so I know it's yours. So we'll just call it, I'm going to call it Nemo because that's my name, underscore tree underscore leaves. And although I selected GIMP over here as an option, when I went to save this, to export it, it said this given file name does not have any known file extension. And so this is a little different. I haven't seen this before. And what I noticed, I went in here to figure out how to make this work, is if I click on that little plus sign here, I can go in here and select the GIMP. excuse me, GIF, it's GIF. And then say export, and it's going to add that. And you don't, interlace used to be in the old days when the internet speeds were slow and the picture would slowly show up for you. So we don't need to do that anymore because internet speeds have gotten so quick. I'm going to hit export, and it went hopefully to my, yes it did, it went in here to my, where I had the files previously. I'm going to right click in this open area and say new folder, and I'm going to name it with your last name, and then say unit 3. And I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to drag that new file in here because I'm going to want to zip this when I'm done to submit into the Dropbox. So then I will go ahead and open the other file that I need to edit, which I'd already opened, and it's here. And I'm going to go File, Export As. I'm going to name it with my last name at the front so there's no confusion that it's anyone else's file. It's currently a JPEG, and they wanted us to change it to an EPS. And so I'm going to select, so right now I'm just going to change it in both spots because I know this works. EPS is an encapsulated PostScript image. Then I'm going to hit plus down here, and this is alphabetical. And then I'm going to say export. And that's going to, so you'll see it looks a little different when it's an EPS, and I'll drag and drop that into that folder. Now, this is the folder you want to submit. Right click the folder and say 7-zip, compress, let's say add to Nemo unit 3, and then I have a folder with the zipper. This is the one you're going to submit, okay? It's 2 points to zip the files. If you turn them in converted, then it's 10 points, and it's an extra 2 points for turning it in correctly. So you would then go back to the class, and I am going to go to, probably should just go to class home, and I'll go to unit 3, and then I'm going to navigate down to the little drop box here. I'll click on the drop box to open it, and then I'm going to say add attachments, upload. I will select that file I want, which I need to re-navigate to that, and it was in here. No, that's not where I saved it. Where did I save it? Okay, this is where it's really important to always remember where you save your files. Actually, I do think it was in here. I think I saved it inside of these. There it is. All right, and I'll say open, and it will process it, and then I'll say update to turn it in, which I'm not going to do because I don't need to turn in work into my own class, right? I'll hit update, and then that file right there will upload so I can grade it. If it's the wrong file you accidentally grabbed, you realize you didn't get the .zip, that means it's zipped. And I'll have to extract it on my end to open it up and look at the files. Click the little X right there, and then say upload and go select your other file. If a project requires more than one file, you would just click upload, get a file, upload, click a file. When you're all done, say update, and that will submit it in, so you're good to go. All right, so I hope this helped. If you have any more questions, please email me, and I will make recordings for any other information that you need. All right, bye-bye.